Whoa, what's up, guys? It's LeonMarvel here, and we are covering the Island of Death. Missed you guys. It's been a little minute. I've been trying to hold off on videos because I did not like last season's meta, to be honest with you. Once they nerfed the cards that they nerfed, it kind of nuked a lot of the decks that I had, so I did not have any content to give you. I'm sorry. I literally was just playing the unlimited mode non-stop with my BBW deck, laying it on them, BBW style, big beautiful Wesker. So that went very well, and I have not even touched the unlimited mode as of right now because I do have decks, but I'm just still in experimenting phase. I wanted to give my thoughts about a couple things. So first off, this season is highlighting black. So I did go through and I got a bunch of cards that I really think are standout cards, like exceptional. And then I didn't add any black because basically all of the black cards, maybe one or two of them excluding, are amazing. And they really play to a certain play style. Now, there's a certain hatred towards black, and I've been really fighting from building a black deck because I have so many ideas for black deck. But I promised myself I would not go back to the dark side because if you remember in the beginning of my channel, I have been covering Wesker, Reborn, all that for a long time. And I will tell you right now, it's going to be very easy to make another BBW Reborn deck because it's going to be amazing. And definitely easy to make an Ascension deck. Let me tell you that. That's what we're all about, Ascension. So why is black hated so much? Why are people hating on the black so much? Even in TEPPEN. We're talking about specifically TEPPEN. I ain't going to go there. Why is black so hated? So let me just show you, for example, right? For a quick example. So, with black, when you're, I don't think I can easily show you through that. I just realized. Just think about it with me. So let's cover red, right? What does red have to do to beat you? You have to play action cards. You gotta, so you gotta fill your field with units that do a lot of attack damage. And there's a lot of answers to that. You can either heal up, which I have a deck that basically neutralizes Denjin decks, period. Like, there's nothing they can do. My green deck just heals. Nothing you can do as a Denjin at all. I will always win against a Denjin deck because I just keep healing HP, and most of the cards that are Denjin are targeted towards getting rid of HP, and that's it. And now that, thank God, Leon is gone, Denjin is neutered. I got cycled out. Denjin's neutered. There's no in-game really strategy without, except, Ryu, which I have an answer for. A lot of people have an answer, just smack them, So, smack Ryu, good. Green, they try to outpower you, or I don't know what green does, man. It does what it can. When you're fighting against black, destroy. There's nothing you can do with a card to destroy. I mean, and that's what I realized when I'm making these decks, right? I have a green deck that has an answer for everything. That takes like 2 or 3 cards to answer that. I have a seal. If I have a unit on the field that is getting on my nerves, I'll seal it up. If I have somebody that's getting too strong, I'll bring his attack and damage down to nothing, to the regular values, I guess. And, I'll have a way to buff myself. I have a way to block anti-air. All these answers, right? But do I always get to those answers when I'm making a deck? No. But does black have to care about that? No, it just destroys. It doesn't have to care about anti-air. It doesn't have to care about the HP or for the most part, some of the things, where it says reduce health, you have to care about the HP, but for the most part, you can just drop your unit and that is all. You don't have to worry about, now that I reduce his health, my unit still loses in a trade, or I have to worry about if I have enough spaces on the field. No, we got to send units. Black just wipes them out, and that just There's no thought to that, really. It's just my deck has an answer to everything, and the answer is destroy. So that's what makes black so, and no matter how they try to tweak it, I guess they said screw it this season. We're just going to just add the cards. We got an Alexa version of, a destroy our 5-cost destroy option back. I mean, it's just like, come on, bro. Just with 2 cards alone, black is back. So I am trying my damnedest to make a deck that is anti-black, and there is no way to really do that, to be honest with you. There's no way. And for that reason, that is why this season, even though it is amazing for black, there are no options, very few options, for the other colors to combat black. Especially the opposite color that should devastate black, which is red. There's no way. I mean, if we're going for opposite colors, I guess it would be red or purple. But it should be green, to be honest with you. But let's be clear. That's just not even a thing. Green and black should be opposites in theory, but it's really red or purple because green there's no way you can beat black with a green deck. No way possible. Now, comment on me on that. Or challenge me. I will wipe out a green. I've been doing it every season. So let me stop ranting. But that's just basically my thoughts on this season. I don't have to talk about the cards. Really, I can show you these cards and kind of briefly go over. But to be honest with you, we all knew it was going to come to this. It was just like, we all knew this was happening. Black is about to be on top. It doesn't matter how you dice it up. Doesn't matter what cards you do. They're just going to get the next season of black a-hole cards to just piss everybody off. And for me to just piss everybody off, because I do love black for that, because it's a bully card. It really is. It's a bully color. But nonetheless, let's go over a lot of the standout cards from Red. We are so glad to get Twin Bonds back. This is a new, very cheap Explorer. It was, it kind of phased out, but now we have this version. But they had to tweak it a little bit so it covers Jill or any other unit that has dual Explorer, which did not exist back then, except for that legendary card. But even that did not have dual Explorer. So that's why we have this. So other than that, it is the same as the other card we had a couple seasons ago. Rising Bloodlust is amazing if you can pull it off. No time to waste. Shotgun. That's really what we had. This card is a beast. It is amazing. And if you can get that in a rotation, it is devastating. Thankfully, it does not pierce or anything crazy like that. That's what rocket launcher is for. But shotgun is just crazy, man. It is absolutely nuts. Especially when you add it to a dungeon deck. It gets crazy. We have Mora. She's a very crucial part for an Explore deck. For combos, yeah, she is awesome, man. And she continues to gain HP. And you can continue to use her for more Explorers if you want, which will continue to give her HP. So she is crucial. As soon as you drop her, she is actually a 2/5. So I don't know why they put 2/4 there, but it's really a 2/5. I know why they put a 2/4 there, because they want her to be a 2/5. And that's just what it is. There's no way of stopping her as far as I know, except for bringing her back to life on the field. That's when she will truly be a 2/4. But you can just explore on top of that, and then boom, she's a 2/5 again. Anyway, rant over. This is an awesome card. If you only have one unit on the field for 3, you can make that unit disappear forever. It's an awesome card. It's really good. It's really good. I will not miss is awesome. This is 2 attacks, not 1. This is not 9 damage up front. It is 3, then 6. If you can pull off the Explorers, which that should be no problem. If you have an Explorer deck, this guy is great, actually. If you can get 4 of these in your graveyard and you have Pandemonium, you play that, that's 12 damage right there. And units on the field. 4 attack units on the field, 4 ones. So that's actually pretty good. especially if you can do this in a nerd deck. Man, that would just be really good. You know, nobody's bothering you with Blady. So that's one little strategy if you haven't thought of that yet. Spider is great. He looks like one of my cousins. He got the Tinder profile picture right there. He's awesome just for the obvious because he stays on the field and continues to do things. So he's great. Oh. Now you talk about a beautiful red card. Yeah. Now this, I will say it's going to be hard, or it has been hard, trying to pick a card that not. I mean, it's really easy now for red to be all legendaries, almost just like it was for green for some time. They have some awesome legendaries. This is one of them. Even if it's not even in an Explorer deck, Claire said Jill was like, Claire is great. She gives Jill a run for her money as far as how she was when she was a legendary. Man, a 1/1 in Art Charge 2 every time you explore is bananas. It is absolutely bananas. And you can do that super easily. Super easily. Yeah, so you put her on the field, she is not going away because Decimate will get her to Art Charge and heal herself. So yeah, if you buff her and people keep dropping units in front of her, she's going to continue to do things. So yeah, Claire is amazing, man. BB Hood, same thing. Really amazing legendary card. I'll be honest with you, this season all the legendaries are actually pretty legit, except the action legendaries aren't really all that. There's one that's crazy purple. I will get to that. Unintentional Escape. I will put that with this card as well. If you have these two cards, you have a very good growth deck going. Because these two cards here, when played in tandem and in conjunction with each other, with the units that will splash and give you growth, there's some unit cards that do that. I didn't add them to this list because they do what they do, but these cards are the ones that help that. You have a very powerful growth. I mean, and then Nero. Hopefully, we stop seeing a lot of Nero because that's where's Nero. I'll go back. I'll get to Nero and explain why. This girl is crazy. Now she's 3 costs, so if you can build a deck around not having any 3-cost units, which is not that hard, and then there's a lot of cards that can bring 3 costs directly to the field, then you have a hard time getting rid of this girl. And I had a couple of decks. I built a couple of decks that have her as a showcase, and once she's going, like, not only are you healing yourself, you're healing everybody for 1 HP. She's like baby Mega Man without having to have any maintenance. She's bananas. She is truly bananas. Once she gets going, it's good. This is a very good card. Like, you play combo or react with this card, then for reaction, definitely for 2 costs, you can give a unit, a ton of HP, especially 1 unit. And it's also not a legendary, so it's a very good card for bigger decks, not for split decks, because it's a little costly to do for a split deck. You can definitely get baited out trying that for 3 costs. But then we got Decimate Chaos. If you can buff this guy, he can definitely get you your MP's worth of what I'm thinking. I'm probably going to build another deck around this. Is now a lot of cards are shifting out from last season that kind of would scare me for playing Frank West. I can definitely add him as a Frank West unit and support for some demon cards, but I don't know if that some of those cards are still around. This card is awesome. Destroy this unit after 1 attack. That is a guarantee. And he has a shield to boot. So if you can throw this and a shield, probably better to do this than the other guy for Frank West. I'll call it Snakes on the Plane. Man, I need to update that naming convention. I posted it on TEPPEN. I had a really good name for a deck, and it would not take it. So anyway, Stay Close. Awesome card. Let me explain why. Because this can be done on reaction for half the cost. And basically whatever they were going to target you for, and everything prior to that is going to be all heals. So, and then not destroy or anything like that. So it's really good on the reaction if you're already late in the chain and you have a big deck and you know that's what it's all about. Big decks. You can really buff up a unit with this card on the low. But it's very situational. But it is a very clutch card. So I would have, this in a deck that, you want to protect something, you bait it out. It's a really good card. This is a guy. Cooking a grenade. That's what I call this Nero. It's literally, that's what he got in his hand right now. He's cooking a grenade. Because that's what he is. You get him on the field. It takes 5 growth to do anything. So that really is a lot of time for you to drop other units and just wait. So basically you're just going to either bulk his attack up, which you have those units to do, and you're just cooking a grenade. And once you're ready to launch, you would have, use your hero art, and this guy hits like a truck. It's really hard to, if you don't have shields or, it is random, but still, I mean, this guy, you can have multiple copies of this guy. Yeah, it hits like a truck. This is great. This guy's great. A good, nice 5 cost where you can continue to be kind of like Dante. So this is, Nero. Because literally the same is like 3 times that you're doing this. See, it says 1 and then 1, 1. So basically you would just, the first one would be like Nero, and the second time you do it, it would be the same attack twice. So it's pretty awesome. It's like Kung Fu, like with the nunchuck. Wah-ta, hit you once, wah, and then twice, wah, wah. Okay, all right, I'm over it. Alligator's awesome. This card is, I'm just waiting for the decks to just include this. This will destroy split decks if you are in the bad rotation. If you have cards that are almost all 5s, it will lock you out. If you have the memory to cover it, you can lock that person out and they won't be able to play those units, which that almost happened to me one game. Someone used time destroyed it. I was halfway in the match. You can't do this early match, but it was like midway, and they locked 4 of my units. I had stuff on the field to cover me, and I still won, but it was scary. This is a very scary card. For 1 cost, this card is awesome. I have no explanation how purple has a revive. I have no explanation, but to show you this card and that it's awesome. And it lets you get a action card as well. So you can also draw this card again, potentially. In one match I did that. I just kept getting a unit and reigniting Malice over and over again, which is amazing because Memory 4 is pretty easy to do. It's a really good card. It's a Veil unit, this one. And if you have a lock strategy, and you're not playing black, she is very hard to get off the field. And that is all. Black is the only thing that will neuter this card utterly. But besides that, she can actually boost up a lot of the purple strong units out there. So, Dr. Psyche is amazing. If you can get everyone on the field to 1 attack, which is not super hard, it takes some strategy, and you have to have cards that will lower attack. Then, you pop him on the field, and that is all, folks. They all return, and 1 goes to the grave. That has happened once a match, one match, and it was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed doing that to that poor soul. And it was a black soul, so I enjoyed that. Old Robot is great when you are trying to mill the deck and look for something. So he is a pretty decent meat shield, and you draw 2 cards. It is really good. So you have something like, just trying to think, Nerg, where you get the 20 health. You can just have more people to bring on to do that if you have a split deck with Nerg. and purple. Rose is awesome. We know why. I'm not even going to go into purple. I mean black. These cards are just amazing. All of them are good. Especially Wesker. Really good. Especially what she transforms into. Vile Killer. Very good, very good, very good. I would say he's not great. But it's one of those cards that when you mill him into the grave and he comes back, then he's a dirtbag. This card is amazing. This is basically Alexa. You drop this card on top. It's baby Alexa. You're gonna 6 HP. That's a lot. And then if that's a solo unit and he's in front of it, that unit's probably gone. So it's really, really good as an overall card. All these cards are amazing, man. This card's great for a big deck. I mean, there's very few cards I will say is bad. This is actually a very good card. You can mutate somebody. I mean, it was a 5 cost that did this instantly, but this is after 13 seconds. You pay a little less for that. But it's amazing. You can get rid of any card, including your own, infect it. So if someone try to steal your unit, you can just take this little virus, whatever. Amazing. Now, I have not seen if this works on a Roshi, and you still get a Roshi. That's to be tested, because give is not destroy. But, who knows? And the whole mind game of how it is. I just don't like how Decimate just replaced Victory. I feel like, you changed it, but they should have just been a little bit more creative. That's the only lazy thing about what they did with the update. We didn't get too much in the form of new things. So, that's my brief summary of what I thought of everything. I made a weed deck. See, Mega Mycene, I thought that was really amazing. So I will make some matches with that. And that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. And my thoughts overall is that I think it's a decently good. It's not as good as last season. Last season, amazing. It was very well put together last season. We didn't even get a skin, which sucks. But they're still, biding their time doing something. We did get unlimited mode, so I can't complain about that. But last season was amazing. This one was, I would say, a 5 out of 10 compared to last season was a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. So, it's okay. But we got some pretty good cards coming out of it, and Black is going to be around for a while. All right, guys, so I will talk to you in the next one. Much love. Later. Peace.